Come along, children. Now we're going to have a little music.
This ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh.
Oh, yo, what's up? We are live. We are live. Let's go. Thank y'all, everybody, for joining us today for this very special edition of First Cut Live, where I am joined by a great friend of mine, Jonathan Romy, is here to talk about our film that we're working on together.
Hello.
Hey. First of all, introduce yourself. Introduce yourself, Johnny.
Hi, I'm Johnny. I'm the writer and director of Cardboard Castles, the film that RB3 is so fantastically and graciously producing. Yeah.
And today we are going to be doing a live first cut fundraiser for this film. Now, this film is actually campaigning on Seed and Spark. That is one of the more developing crowdfunding platforms that are out there. But obviously, I've done stuff with like Indiegogo and Kickstarter, super popular, GoFundMe, super popular. But we decided to go Seed Spark because this film is very, I don't know how else to say, but it's very I feel like a little more elevated, a little more artistic, a little more auteur, a little bit more.
Is that it?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about. I think so. I think this is something really visionary. I think a platform like Seed and Spark is good for it. But that's why we are here today to raise the money to make this short film possible. This is a really visionary concept that Johnny has for us, and I think it's phenomenal. And that's why as soon as you called me up and you asked, and we talked about this project and we talked about me, producing it, I just hopped on. So I'm super happy to be a part of this project with you. Tell the audience and tell the world a little bit about what's going on.
Thank you so much, RB3. I mean, it's been such a crazy journey from inception of the idea, to now, and it's been ups and downs, and we're in that awesome crowdfunding pre-production phase. But no, this film is it's one of the more fun films I've written, and even though it's got a lot of heartbreaking elements, it's full of still that childlike wonder and just the representation there, and how beautiful it is. It's just really exciting. So we're trying to raise $10,000 to make the film. We're at 2,470 on our Seed and Spark right now, and we have some really cool incentives for all of you guys who are able to donate, or even those of you who are just able to share the page if you can't donate. But even sharing, we have some prizes coming up for people who share. And it's so much fun, and just really quick to everyone who got us where we are right now, whether you've been sharing, following, anything, thank you all so much. We couldn't be more grateful for you putting your trust in us. And we love you very much, and we are going to reach our goal, and we are going to make this film, and it's going to be amazing, and it's going to be because of all of you. So thank you all so much for that.
Yes, 100%. And you know, I think for me, you know, we could just start off with just a general conversation about crowdfunding, because I think for me it's just something that has really changed the game when it comes to filmmaking and the arts, because, you know, it really allows people who are outside of the system and outside of, you know, who are just getting started to have an opportunity to make something really, really special. And I think what you have on your hands here, Johnny, is like really, really special. So tell us about, like, you know, what you're kind of expecting from this crowdfunding campaign. Is obviously one of your first ones. So, like, you know, and it's, you know, we're shooting for 10K here. So tell us your feelings, and tell us kind of your motivation behind all of this.
Well, look, this film, the inspiration of this film, ever since I was young, I told myself when I was making a film or telling a story, I would want to do it to help at least someone in my audience, at least hope to help someone in my audience feel less alone. So a lot of the stories that I make and I write and I put out in the world are stories that I feel explore relatable themes, and I like to add magical realism to that, because I think magical realism is a great way to just personify those themes in a way that that can be truly unique and still show the wonder and the beauty and some of the pain that humanity goes through. And this film in particular stemmed from just me being 20 in LA and having a lot of people talk down to me because of my childish tendencies, like the fact that all throughout my house you'll find Lego sets and magic cards and whatnot, and that's construed as too childlike. And if you and there are a lot of people out there who are running on a successful adulthood that believe that you need to completely get rid of that childhood, and I personally disagree with that. I think that by having childlike tendencies, you're able to see the world with a lot more wonder and a lot more care. And you ask questions that may not seem important on the surface, but the fact that you're asking them makes them important. And I think that's beautiful. So I wanted to explore a story where there was a character struggling between that. And that's, you know, that's where the inception of the idea came and the plot, you know. So of course the plot of the film, Charlie is a non-binary teenager about to leave for college, and they go into their imaginary world to kill their childhood imaginary friend Rex, just to satisfy their mom's belief that you must abolish childhood to become a successful adult. But of course, Charlie struggles with this, and what we have is a film that shows you both sides of the argument. It's layered, it's deep, it's funny at times, it's action-packed at times, and it's truly heartbreaking at times. But honestly, that's just growing up, and that's just what growing up is. It's consistent ebbs and flows of joy and pain and sacrifice, but also fun and also adventures. You may not be fighting snake people with legs with swords, but you're going through it, and you're going through it with the people by your side. And I'm just really proud of this film, and I'm really happy for the support we're getting so far. And yeah, man.
Yeah, no, I 100% like, I think that whole concept of like not wanting to grow up, still kind of live, wanting to be like yourself, like preserving that innocence and preserving that like whole grasp on childhood, I think is something really profound. I mean, that's like the whole Peter Pan thing, right? Like that's the whole like never wanting to be an adult. And when you become an adult, there's a lot of real world issues that you just don't feel like dealing with, that you just don't want to deal with. So I definitely applaud this concept. Like, I think it's such a really, really cool, again, like I said, like visionary idea. And I think, there's a lot of potential that we can, I know, from our concept art that, we're going to be showing here today to our conversations with the crew and with the cast, like how you're going to put that vision into play. And I think that's really going to be the most exciting part. So people, if you want to donate and contribute, the link is in the description down below. It's Seed and Spark. Let me get the exact link right. It's because people are probably going to watch on replay. It's seedandspark.com/fund/cardboard castles. And you could go on and donate directly to the project. We have this little meter, as you see down below. And we're also donations all for today's show on this live stream on First Cut Live that we make today will also go directly to that fund. We're going to try and go as long as we can. Let me see. Let me actually update the bottom thing because it's actually $100 off. So right now we're at $24.70. $24.70 is how much we raised so far in the campaign. That puts us at 24.7%. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, $24.95 now.
Oh, $24.95. $24.95. Let's go. And you know what?
Woo!
And you know what? It's funny because last week on First Cut Live, we're talking about, somebody wanted me to do a Michael B. Jordan impression, and I said, from my days at SCN, and I said, hey, I'm only going to do impressions on First Cut Live if we hit over, 50, if there's over $50. But I'm changing that today. If any donation comes in for $10 or more, $10 or more, I will happily go on any kind of nonsensical mumble jumble with like Michael B. Jordan or, Black Luke Skywalker, any kind of other funny impressions y'all want to see me do. And Johnny, I don't know, do you have any impressions or anything like that?
No, I get told I look like Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and sometimes I can sound like Markiplier. And I think that that's as far as my extensions, as my impressions go. You
do look a little bit like Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Now I'm looking at, you got that little side, that little dimple. Yeah. And I think it's there. I definitely think it's there. So, but yeah, so
I appreciate that, man.
But yeah, so let's make sure, again, people, firstcut.live, if you want to contribute to the project, through First Cut, or if you want to contribute to the project directly through the Seed and Spark, which is preferable, be sure to do that. The link is in the description. It's also pinned to the top of the chat. I do notice there are, I do know we do have, I've had a lot going on today with me and my personal life and social media, especially on Twitter. And that's not necessarily something I'd be ecstatic about. PC. Uh-oh. We have a donation for PC? Oh, I thought I was going to read out loud. Oh, by the way, too, if you donate over $10 or more, your donation will also be read out loud. So be sure to donate. And when we're doing the read through and all that kind of stuff, that function will be off. But be sure. So that's another $10 that came in from PC. Thank you so much, PC. Getting us close to the goal. We're already at 25%. And yeah, like I said, and let me see. Yeah, someone said Guy Loop in the in the chat said we want 500 for cardboard. Yes, let's try and get to 30% today. That's the goal. That's the goal.
Yeah, 30% would be nice. 30%, $3,000. So 500 more.
If it gets to an even 3,000, like I said, impressions. I'm more than happy to light up. People have been subtweeting me all day. I'm definitely down to do that later. But again, we gotta hit the goals first. So let's talk about movies and let's talk about this love of filmmaking and awesomeness, and then we'll do more later on. So anyway, so let's keep talking about the project, Johnny. So obviously,
so I'd love to address the cardboard thing.
Yes. I'm sorry, I went on a long rant.
Because no, it's okay. Because I was looking at that and I was like, well, it is more than just cardboard. Like cardboard is the main element of everything, but that $500 is for sturdy glue because we're shooting outdoors. We need to make multiple props, so it's making sure we have all the tools to get dimensions right, to get glues, paints, just all these other things, because the cardboard is going on costumes and the cardboard is going on, is going to be swung around and used as weapons. So we need to make a bunch of different replicas that are identical. So it's the cardboard itself won't be 500, but everything surrounding the cardboard will be. So yeah, there you go. We're not cheating you out of that on the cardboard. We actually have our balcony at my place on this side, and then under our dining table is just cardboard boxes after cardboard boxes. I have some of my friends are saving their cardboard boxes for when we start making the props. So it's gonna be wild.
And I'm looking forward to it. I think that's going to be such an interesting, cool aesthetic. Like I talked a little bit about one of the references that you had mentioned to me before, which was Where the Wild Things Are, the Spike Jonze movie that came out in 2009, if I'm not mistaken. Kind of tell us about like the aesthetic inspirations and like where you're what's the vibe that we're kind of going to get out of this film?
The vibe. Look, I sat down with my director of photography to specifically go over shots from other properties we like that we wanted to not to replicate, but that would address the tone. It isn't the warmest movie. You go into the imaginary world with the sense that it's kind of faded, and and the characters address this as you'll hear in the read through. But it's definitely very. It's a little desaturated, but again, like Where the Wild Things Are style, it's not too grim. We want to show that the childhood is still coming back. The imaginary world is still coming to fruition. It's not all of a downer story. It's it's a story full of realization. And I think it's such a beautiful thing. So I'd say that's the tone. There's everyone says there's a sad undertone, but everything in the actual film, in the story, isn't like super sad or depressing. It's just there's a sad undertone that just makes you long for childhood and that nostalgia. And hey, I'm happy people recognize that.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think that's exactly why. I think that's why this is so relevant for people today, honestly. And I think that's why telling this story, especially during a time of like COVID and quarantine and just being like self-isolated, it's really a good time for like self-reflection, for self-meditation. I feel like a lot of people have been kind of going back to those kind of more nostalgic days and feels like anyway, just watching old movies and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like this project really tapping into like, you know, why there's a lot of self-reflection, a lot of looking inwards inside this project. And I think for me, like I look at movies like Inside Out, one of my favorites, like, you know, there's mad fantasy films like that all, you know, encompass this like longing to like, you know, return to childhood. Stardust is one that I was thinking about too. Yes. But I think this is like so cool and unique and original in so many different ways. To what's something else we could look forward to from this, Johnny, that you think people will get excited for?
I mean, it's really exciting as just a challenge of itself. You know, there's a lot of, I don't want to say hoops. I'd say the audience is definitely going on a journey with this one. You start off with the impression that the film's going to go one way, and at some point in the story, it goes a completely different way, in a way that's not meant to make you feel, but in a way that's just supposed to present both sides of Charlie's conflict in the most fair and understandable way, which I think is something that's not often enough shown. You know, obviously with a lot of stories, it's here's the thesis, here's what we mean, and this is how we're going to prove it to you. With this one, I wanted to say, here is the thesis that's being presented that you think it's going to end up, but I want to present you with, I want to counteract that thesis and see where we end up by the end of the film. And I think people will get excited if you're a fan of fantasy, of you know, if you're a fan of these playful sword fights, and these if you're ever a child who made cardboard rockets and saw cardboard as something more than just, you know, a box you could put your stuff in when you're going to college or moving out of your parents' house, I think there's that to look forward to. Just that recognition of, oh yeah, I used to make stuff like that and I kind of miss it. But there's also, if you're a fan of fantasy, we got all those fantasy elements. If you're a fan of Winnie the Pooh, where the wild things are, we've got that kind of storytelling going on. And if you're a fan of just a film that's going to challenge your beliefs, I think, I'd like knock on wood, but I think we have something that will absolutely challenge your thoughts.
And I think challenging cinema is like really, really essential right now too. I think especially in the short film game, you know, especially on online content too, because we need, I feel like right now we need something thought provoking. We need something intriguing. Like everything's all like kind of cookie cutter, you know, action, whatever. But I feel like this is something with real heart, real message, real merit, and could really, I think, change people's lives and opinions, and, you know, maybe for the better. So I think having films with strong social messages and strong, you know, ideas of self-evaluation and character study is just dope. I think that's just cool. And I, again, like, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I've been saving my cardboard all throughout my house. Like, we literally have like a garage full of cardboard, you know, saving in preparation for this. So obviously the money's not going to go, obviously another $500 is not going to go to cardboard. Or probably will, but we do have other places in the budget that we do have some really, you know, fun and big things that we could potentially be looking at, including a really great location if we raise it. We raise it, of course.
Oh yeah.
And that's the thing.
If I may, really quick, I just wanted to say kind of an important thing to me, because while I am a college student, we're making this film separately from college. We're treating we are filmmakers. We are not student filmmakers. We're filmmakers. Which is why the budget is a little high. We need to raise at least $8,000. The extra $2,000 on the budget to get to that $10,000. That's because I do want to pay my crew a little bit, because we're treating it like a real set. I want to make sure that we have the most high-end safety, the most high-end equipment to not only tell this story, but tell this story in a way where our cast and crew feels as comfortable as they can feel during the production. We need at least $8,000 on the Seed and Spark to keep the money. If we don't get at least $8,000, the money doesn't leave anyone's account. It doesn't get donated to us. It just goes away. So we need to get at least $8,000. But the extra $2,000, if we're able to get there, if we're lucky enough, will just allow us to have just the safest and the best film we could possibly can have.
Yeah, and again, there's extra precautions that comes with doing these things, especially during COVID. Extra equipment we got to get, extra things that we got to prepare for, extra insurances and certifications that we got to do. So these are all important steps in helping this film go, and helping us get to that 10,000 mark will help us be able to do those things a lot more comfortably, but also just up the quality of the filmmaking. Because I can tell you, no matter how much money it never seems like enough on a film. Like for us on timestamp, you don't know how much I would love it if we had extra. You think you could go in with a budget and budget could be, exactly what you need, but there's still more that you would want, you know what I mean? And even with 10K, this is, I know it seems like a lot, but it's really cutting corners when we see how visionary this script is. Like when people look at this script and see what it's about, it's really awesome. Now we do have somebody from the cast, I believe, in the waiting room.
Yes, we should actually. So originally the plan was that Nico was going to fill in for Jackson, but we got a last minute message from Jackson that who's playing Rex that he will actually be here. So who's in the waiting room right now?
That's Jackson. We have Jackson in the waiting room.
That's Jackson?
Yeah, so give me one moment here and I'll be sure. All right.
And just a really quick update for everyone. Check in the Seed and Spark right now. Shout out to Ariana, Elisha, and Nolan. We are at 2,645 on the Seed and Spark. Plus PC's 10. We're at 2655. So thank you all so much. We're almost at that 30% mark, everyone.
Let's get to 30 tonight. And you know what? Maybe, and we have another 14 days on this Indiegogo campaign. So we might do another live stream maybe next week. Maybe the week after that. Maybe when we get real close to it, and to try and get more funds up. So this is not your first. This is not going to be the only time you can contribute if you want to contribute. And I think, look, I'm saying that because, hey, if you can't contribute now, all it takes is just liking the video, sharing the video, liking the campaign, sharing the campaign, retweeting my pinned tweet. In fact, how about this? We haven't done one of these in a while. Let's do a first cut giveaway tonight. If whoever, let me make sure I don't have anything dumb pinned on my Twitter, because it'd probably be something stupid like Tom Cruise sucks. No. If people retweet my pinned tweet right now, you will get a 4K. You'll get a I don't know about 4K Blu-ray. What movie do we want to give away, Johnny? What movie do we want to give away today?
Man, what movie would be good to give away? Do you have any ideas?
I don't know if I have any. I mean, because this is an original film, and
it's hard to.
Yeah, it's hard to. And I would say maybe we do something like a give them a give them a physical copy of the short, something.
We could,
but let's how about we talked about where the wild things are. How about we just give up a Blu-ray steelbook of Where the Wild Things Are today.
Okay.
And of course, that's not our film. Our film is very, very different. But just for the sakes of giving away and for the sakes of getting people to pin my tweet, go ahead and do that right now. Now we do have some very special guests about to come in very, very soon. I apologize. Let me get some technical things I didn't anticipate. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, we do have some very special guests coming in one moment. And I'm very, very excited for us to talk about, for us to go through this read through in one moment.
I am too. Hey, I just wanted to say, sorry to rain on the parade a little, but Where the Wild Things Are, all the Blu-rays and
no, hit me.
Seem to be the Where the Wild Things Are Blu-rays seem to be either super overpriced or
okay. Well, never mind. We're not giving that away today on First Get Live. How about instead we go for
oh man. You know what? Hey, the movie that made me want to make movies was the Breakfast Club.
Oh, see, boom.
And I would love to share that with someone. So if we could do a Breakfast Club Blu-ray
Club Blu-ray giveaway, that's what it is today. Whoever retweets my pin tweet will get a Blu-ray of the Breakfast Club. Now, that being said, we are welcoming our very special guest to today's stream. Very special guest.
Oh, both of them. Oh, look at them. They're so beautiful. Look at how great they look. Look at these. Look at these two incredible humans.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
Coffee. I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. Welcome to First Cut. We are very excited to have you today. Jackson, I know it was very I know you almost weren't able to make it, so I really appreciate it for you being able to come and help us fundraise for today.
Not a problem. Thank you so much for having me.
And of course, we have Gracie in the house.
Gracie Lacey.
That's awesome.
Thanks for joining us today on our live stream to promote our film. Now, obviously, in Johnny We Trust. That's my kind of catchphrase that I've been saying throughout the pre-production of this film. And I 100% love and trust Johnny with my entire heart, because I know what kind of visionary person he is, and also how strong of a storyteller and somebody who works with somebody else with people Johnny is. So tell us, Gracie and Jackson, whoever wants to go first. Y'all obviously auditioned with Johnny and y'all have had conversations. Tell us a little bit about this whole process going so far.
Rock, paper, scissors.
You know what? You know what?
Best
Gracie,
out of one. No out of three.
All right, let's do it.
Ready?
Yeah.
Rock, paper.
Oh!
No way. All right. Ready? Rock, paper.
Oh,
Okay. This is intense, guys. Come on.
It's gonna go on for too long, I think.
It's fine. We have all night.
We literally.
Oh, okay. All right. Round three.
Paper, scissors. Oh, you got me. Wait, who does that mean then?
That's Jackson.
That's a great point.
Is it?
Jackson, why don't you start? And Jackson, why don't you start us off?
All right, I will start. Man, I mean, you introduced him pretty well. I'd say, well, my first impression of Jonathan was just so much excitement and just over, like, his cup overfloweth with excitement for this project, and that really intrigued me, I think. Plus, the subject matter is something that I think I don't want to speak for everybody here, but as artists, I think that's something that we all deal with with growing up and wanting to pursue something that's in a lot of ways very childlike. And I think there's something honorable in that. So this story really spoke to me in that way. So yeah, that's a very brief summary of my experiences so far.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
this has been so interesting. Jonathan, you're the first person that I've worked with that has utilized TikTok, and I'm a huge fan of like social media marketing in that way, and I think that's brilliant. Mm-hmm. And the fact that that one of the last videos, not the most previous, but the one that you did right before that, like, blew up. I was like, well, of course. You know, when you look at like the views to the amount of people that like pretty much everybody that's watching it is liking it and has so many positive responses. Like, there's sometimes videos blow up and you can see the amount of comments that come with it, and they're just not a lot. And your video has had so much support and so many shares. When you look at how many shares it has too, like, it's not surprising the amount of people that want to see it happen and why. I'm really excited for this. I remember
Thank you
seeing
guys so much.
Yeah, I don't know what this is, but I need it.
Thank you. Yeah, no, we took a big jump with TikTok, but I felt like that was the perfect way to utilize kind of the more modern social medias, and it's more fun than Instagram. So I'm really happy, and everyone who's in the audience who is from TikTok, thank you guys so much. I already talked about it, but you guys are amazing. Yeah, and I just want to say so Jackson is playing Rex, Gracie is playing Charlie. Jackson did one audition for Rex and then got the part. Gracie, it was so hard choosing our Charlie, and Gracie blew us away. We had to do 2 different callbacks of just completely different subject matters, just because it was so challenging. But Gracie, you knocked it out of the park. Jackson, you did as well. And you guys are going to get to see that when we do this read through of the first 10 pages of the script. So I'm really excited. Really quick, can each of you guys talk about your characters and kind of your character's importance, to you and what you think? Gracie, you can start on this one. I guess we'll.
Sure. Well, backpedaling to the 2 callbacks, I've never had a director send out an email that says, hey, this was a really difficult decision, but I have to tell you, ... I was like, you mother-loving mother! My God.
He did the same to me. He did the same to me. There's consistency at least.
But that was really, really funny. And I was like, oh my God, I already love this person. Especially when it wasn't that, yeah, you're going to be let go. I was like, okay, now I do really love you. Thank you for not, doing all that setup to then knock me down. But no, I am really excited for this. When I saw the breakdown for Charlie and that it was open gender, like I'm used to seeing like open ethnicity all the time, but I'm not used to seeing like any gender. And so I was like, that's intriguing. Because either they're like specified as like, we really do want a non-binary character, but to have somebody that's like anybody, literally anyone who is great for this role, audition. That's so cool. And so that's why I was like, oh, for sure.
It's really how it should be, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Right?
But
Yeah, I completely agree.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but that was also one of the big things that I was really enthusiastic about coming on board as a producer on this, because I felt like that kind of thinking, like thinking outside the box, like not, boxing in like gender or ethnicity or sexuality, like any of these kind of like societal check marks that they put on us. Defying that, I think is incredibly important. So I really, really applaud that too.
That was so cool to see. And going forward with this project, I mean, when I read the script the first time, just the sides, when I read them the first time, I was like, oh, this is deep and really, really intriguing. And it hits on something that I've personally gone through. And I think everybody has gone through it. I think everybody feels that pressure to adapt and to conform to what either your parents want you to be, to what your teachers want you to be, to what you perceive everybody else wants from you. And when they're closest to you, like parents, like when we have like a father Charlie scene in this. And with that, I'm like, well, I definitely understand that added pressure to like just adapt and conform. And I'm excited to do this read through and to go back through it and to show all of this. It's so yummy. Like and it feels so nostalgic to read. Like it's just a perfect little, like, I don't know, it's what you want a short film to be. It's what you want a film to be. It's what I want every movie to be. I want it to be this, and I'm just stoked.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think having this really like exciting film for people to get behind for I think, film is one of those genres that lives on way beyond, is something that is able to be consumed by people from in other languages, of other cultures, and things like that. So having a really universal, positive a message to put out to the world, I think is just really, really dope. So I applaud that, and I think if people watching at home are ready to see that and ready to adapt the change and that we're seeing in Hollywood right now, and allow for a new kind of wave of positive filmmaking to take place with positive people behind it, make sure to contribute to this Seed and Spark campaign. Again, the link is in the description and also in the chat. So
yeah. All right. How you feeling? Jackson, did you want to speak about Rex at all, or do you want to just jump in?
I feel like we should just jump in. I think Gracie really summed it up really well. I don't want to try and follow up on that. She speaks for me too.
Oh, that's funny.
Cool. Cool. Well then, our RB3, I think we're ready for this read through.
Okay, perfect. Now, unfortunately, I usually like to have music ready for things like these, but we don't have an original score yet. But let's just have some fun with it, and I'm just gonna mute myself and just let y'all riff. So
cool. So hello everyone. We will be reading the first 10 pages of the script, and. Yeah, so we're reading the first 10 pages of the script. I will be reading the stage direction or the scene direction and the scene headings. And then, of course, we have the ever so fabulous Gracie Lacey playing Charlie, and the stupendous, the energetic, the magnanimous Jackson Jones playing Rex. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Okay. Exterior grassy fields day. The tip of a cardboard sword grazes dry to knee-high grass, its handle clutched by a shaking fist. This fist belongs to Charlie, freshly 18, non-binary, with wide eyes and wearing a collared shirt and loose tie. Charlie looks nervous as they venture forward on the grassy terrain. Charlie hears a tender voice ahead of them and stops.
If you keep running away, what'll happen if you can't find us again?
The voice belongs to Rex, a humanoid compiled of hair and Elvis features. He's fancifully dressed, squatting next to what seems to be a small cardboard elephant.
Let's get you back.
Rex straightens up and turns, facing Charlie. Rex looks damn happy to see them.
Charlie? Charlie!
Rex runs towards Charlie, arms outstretched.
It's been so long.
Charlie lifts their sword, causing Rex to scream and cower on the floor, closing his eyes dramatically. Charlie grips their sword, taking in deep breaths, but they can't seem to bring it down. Rex comically opens one eye to peer at Charlie, still frozen in place. Unable to continue, Charlie drops their arms. Charlie's breathing normalizes as they look away in shame. Rex stands, analyzing Charlie.
Hey, it's fine. Calm down.
Charlie childishly turns and throws their sword.
Whoa! Hey, that was sharp!
Can't hear you, Gracie. Can't hear you, Gracie. You're muted.
I'm.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Sorry, gotcha.
Sorry.
Might have been on our end. Sorry. So I'll go back to Charlie childishly turns and throws their sword.
Whoa! Hey, that's sharp.
Mom was right. I'm weak.
Sounds like your mom hasn't changed. How is she?
My life is over.
Charlie sits on the ground. Rex approaches. The cardboard elephant at his side. The elephant and Charlie lock eyes.
I don't know what to do here.
There's nothing you can do. I can't kill you.
Kill me? Why would you want to do that?
Charlie shakes their head. Rex sits next to them.
Are you okay?
No response from Charlie.
Remember the oath we made when you were 6?
Don't start.
Rex puffs out his chest heroically.
I, Rex, claim Charlie Alderson as my human companion
Charlie falls into a nostalgic chuckle.
to soar to planets,
And beyond.
to solve problems.
And have fun.
And I sense there's a problem to be solved. I won't rest until then.
Charlie glances at Rex with a half smile.
Let's figure this out together.
Rex stands and begins walking with the elephant. Charlie lingers but ultimately follows, picking their sword up. Exterior, grassy fields continuous. Other animals exist in these grassy plains, cardboard bears and birds, seen as if they're in a nature documentary.
Is it all like you remember it?
Less green.
I guess everything loses its color over time.
Rex and Charlie continue through the field.
This little one ran away from his mom again.
Charlie nods. Rex nods as well. Beat.
Cool sword.
I'm going away tomorrow. To college.
Collage?
Mom doesn't think I'm mature enough.
Ugh. Is collage a place for adults?
Someplace I need to go.
Why would you want to?
It's bigger.
What? Well, bigger than this?
No. No, it'll mean I'm worth something. I guess.
I always thought you were.
To Mom. And a job. And other real people. Let go of childhood and become the adult you need to be. She might be right.
The baby elephant nudges Rex and hands him a few photos in cardboard picture frames. Rex pats its head.
Thank you. Charlie. Remember this?
Charlie looks at the photo. It's a memory from the point of view of young Charlie. In it, Rex has 2 licorice whips in his mouth as vampire teeth. He makes a scary face.
First scary movie we watched when you were 7? We couldn't sleep that night.
Charlie smiles, but their eyes flick to the corner of the picture where Charlie spots an ankle walking through a doorway. Rex changes the picture. In the next one, Rex seems to be hollering in pain.
Oh, when that bear cub hit me, when that bear cub bit me, I couldn't believe the pain.
Rex's voice fades as Charlie sees 2 figures in the background of the photo. Both are blurry, but one seems to be a woman and the other a man. They are yelling at each other, with the man figure looking discouraged. Rex notices Charlie's distant look and quickly throws the photos away. Charlie snaps out of it.
We sure have some pretty neat memories. None at all bringing up people we miss or anything of the sort.
Rex.
Look, we're here.
Exterior cardboard castle grounds continuous. Rex and Charlie look up to see the cardboard castle, strong and sturdy despite it looking to be made of blankets, cardboard boxes, and wrapping paper poles. Still, Charlie's eyes light up. Rex sees this look and smiles, releasing the elephant to its mother elephant who sits outside of the castle.
It hasn't changed.
Of course not.
They both approach the castle, overwhelmed by its presence, when suddenly, a metal clanking noise is heard behind it. The 2 look at each other briefly before investigating. Exterior behind the castle continuous. Rex now wears cardboard armor, wielding a cardboard axe. They peer around the corner to see a Sniviper, a humanoid cardboard snake with sharp teeth and a wide jaw and protective scaling from its torso to its human-like legs and tails, hunched over a cardboard rocket ship. Rex charges toward it, screaming and flailing his axe around. It hisses, but ultimately retreats after being hit by the weapon. Rex cheers triumphantly, shouting insults to it as it runs away.
Sniviper. Disgusting creatures. They aren't usually far from their packs.
Charlie looks down at the rocket in sudden awe.
This is...
Rex's armor is gone as he turns back to Charlie with excitement.
Yep, she's still kicking.
Charlie slowly runs their hands along the ship. Rex watches them with a big smile.
I remember.
Yes. Come on.
A bear cub passes Rex a cardboard suitcase.
Onward to Jupiter!
Charlie scoffs, looking at Rex, but Rex is completely serious.
What?
You said when you grow up, we were going to Jupiter.
Oh. Maybe. But Jupiter's made out of gas. It's impossible.
We live to possibilify the impossible.
I don't think that's true.
I like things better when it was.
Charlie pauses, reflecting on that comment. Rex sits on the ground, moping. Charlie looks at him and tightens the grip of their sword. Charlie slowly approaches Rex from behind.
I couldn't be a kid forever.
I know. I know. But I thought we had more time. We could go to Jupiter. Kill the Sniviper Queen.
Charlie begins to raise the sword slightly to Rex's back. Rex is unaware.
I knew this day was coming, but you told me you didn't want to grow up. That you wouldn't leave me.
Charlie stops at Rex's words. Their breath wavers. The sword shakes in their hand.
I wish we could have more time.
Rex's voice fades. Charlie looks up to find the rocket ship being raised and passed around by the various animals from earlier. They move it in a circle, almost as if it were flying. Charlie looks down in front of Rex to see the baby elephant looking at them. Charlie lets out an exhausted breath and drops the sword. Rex turns to see Charlie, a guilty look across their face.
You were going to do it.
They're frozen in place. Charlie turns and walks back to the front of the castle. Rex follows. Exterior, front of castle, continuous.
Well, there are so many things we can do. Let's try... Oh, remember when we wanted to race bears across the field? We can try that.
The animals follow close behind.
Or maybe we can have another jumping competition. Yeah, like the old days.
Rex, I can't keep doing this. I need an answer on how to be.
I'm helping you to be happy.
And I can't find that if I keep coming here when things get too hard.
Rex pauses, seemingly deep in thought. He folds his arms behind his back like a professor about to give a lecture and leans into Charlie.
Stables are for horses that...
Rex.
What? Stability means I can't exist anymore? That's not fair.
Mom's been making a lot more sense lately. I can't ignore that.
But isn't her sense the reason your dad left?
Charlie freezes at the mention of him. The sword remains firmly in their grip.
I'm sorry for bringing him up, but your mom's pushing you to be this one thing. And I've seen you be so much more. A king.
Charlie has no response. Their grip on the sword loosens. Charlie turns their attention to the field ahead of them, where the baby elephant plays with its mother. They're both clearly having a grand old time chasing and tackling each other when suddenly Charlie perks up, noticing 5 Snivipers bum rushing the mother as her back is turned. Rex bares his armor and axe, charging in to defend the elephants. Charlie runs behind him, sword in hand. Rex and the elephants distract 4 of the creatures while Charlie is being focused on by one in particular. The creature snaps at Charlie, forcing them to step back. Charlie stumbles but quickly finds their footing, swiping the blade at the Sniviper. Charlie is winning this fight. That Sniviper retreats one way, the elephants exit the other. Charlie and Rex stand back to back, surrounded by the remaining 4 Snivipers. After circling, the creatures attack to no avail. Charlie is swift and masterful in this fight, while Rex relies on his goofier, heavy-footed movements and the momentum of his weapon. 2 Snivipers retreat. Charlie rushes in to aid Rex with the remaining two, causing them to follow their siblings back into the vastness of the field. The battle's over. Charlie stands proudly breathing with adrenaline and power. Charlie's eyes are wide, seeming to remember the feeling of their childhood. They look at Rex and let out a childish screech of excitement. Charlie wears a smile that they haven't worn in a very long time. Exterior Cardboard Castle grounds later. Rex and Charlie stand outside the doors of the Cardboard Castle, surrounded by the previously seen animals. Charlie wears a blanket around their neck as a cape. The sword's blade down in the ground as they kneel. Rex places a simple cardboard crown on their head. Charlie smiles a huge smile, and Rex helps them up. They turn to the crowd.
The king of the Cardboard Castle returns.
Various noises of approval boom from the crowd. Rex's chanting slowly blends in with the sounds of the creatures.
Charlie, 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 Charlie.
Charlie continues to beam. Charlie continues to beam, looking out across their fans until an upset, shrill voice interrupts their fantasy. Charlotte! And that's where we're going to stop the read through.
Wow. That was absolutely captivating across the board. For one, Gracie and Jackson, your performances were absolutely like mind blowing. Like even just getting y'all emotions here through this little Zoom window was just amazing too. And Johnny, your reading voice, you know, for the stuff in between, man. Woo. Yeah, be a narrator or something. I mean, goodness gracious.
I watch a lot of Twilight Zone.
See, there you go. So that was, again, another round of applause.
Yes. Gracie and Jackson, you guys are awesome.
Thank y'all so much. And
cool. If anyone has any questions, just shoot us out. Yeah.
I was gonna say, if people have any questions, again, now's the time to do that. Firstcut.live is where you can contribute. All the funds that we make off today's stream will go directly to the Seed and Spark for this film. And we already got a $10 donation from PC, so that even the little bar below us is not completely accurate, but our goal today is to hit 3,000 on the Seed and Spark. That'll get us 30% of the way there. And, you know, it'll get us at a good starting point. I mean, we have about 14 more days left on the campaign. So, you know, the more we could get, the better. But at the very least, we want to try and get to at least 3,000 today. So, yeah, people have any questions for the cast or us, be sure to donate firstcut.live.
And we're gonna have a couple more people joining after Jackson and Gracie leave. We're gonna have concept designs and all that fun stuff. Thank you, Gracie and Jackson, so much for coming in. Anything you want to say before you guys depart?
I'm so excited.
No problem. Yeah, I'm so excited to get started. I've been waiting a very long time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And listen, I'm excited for this thing to start too. I'm excited for us to be on set and actually be able to get it done and do the thing. And I'm also excited just to have the opportunity to interact with Phil, because this is really my first time meeting, Jackson and Gracie. So I'm excited to meet y'all on set and just be a part of that, you know, process with y'all. So I'm excited, and I'm excited to see, you know, what the final project is gonna look like, because I know it's gonna be amazing. So
Looking forward to it.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming in.
Thank you,
Jackson and Gracie.
Thank you so
Thanks for
much.
taking the time.
Thank you.
Before you go,
See you soon.
is there anywhere people could follow you, social media or anything like that?
Hit it.
Go for it, Gracie.
My is at the Gracie Lacey, THE, and then GRACIE LACEY. You got me on every handle that way. TikTok and Instagram mostly.
You'll find me on Instagram. My handle is @handsomelywack, spelled like it sounds.
Love it. Well, thank y'all yet again for joining us on this campaign, on this fundraiser to help us get to this film made, and it will get made. I know it will, and it's going to be amazing. So,
yeah, no matter what,
exactly. So,
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys.
Bye, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Cool. Is anyone in the waiting room?
We do have somebody in the waiting
We're gonna go
room.
with Seidel is next. Liliana Seidel.
Yes, Liliana Seidel is in the waiting room, about to come in right now.
Fantastic. All right.
Connecting to audio. Again, people, be sure to contribute. Firstcut.live or on the Seed and Sparks, seedandsparks.com/fund/cardboard-castles. And that's the best way to contribute because it goes directly to the short film. And, go right to the Seed and Spark.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for everyone who's so far stuck with it, and I hope the read through was really cool for you guys.
Yeah, the read through was super cool for me, just as being like in this Zoom window and watching it. It was nuts. It was just amazing seeing how beautiful and elegant our performers are going to be. So, and we later on in the show we can do a more of a general Q&A segment. We could just talk about movies, just riff about general movie stuff. I don't know what's actually going on in the movie news.
Was there a lot that happened this week?
I really
besides
don't.
Cruise?
I don't know. It's me working in a. It's funny because I work in production, but I don't necessarily work in the movie industry per se. Like it's definitely our office is on Hollywood and Highland, so right in the corner of Hollywood. We shoot every day. We write stuff every day. We're editing stuff every day, but we're not making like films per se. We're kind of just making more content for retail products, right? So I don't really follow as much movie news, maybe as everybody else is right now. All I know in my little world is Mank just came out, and
Mank.
Yeah. We've been doing a lot of videos for it on First Cut. We have the Small Axe review series that we're going to be doing. We put out our first review for Mangrove.
Those are really good. Those are really good. Mangrove is incredible.
Yeah, Mangrove is absolutely phenomenal. We have a review for that up on the First Cut YouTube channel right now. Tomorrow, or probably tomorrow, Friday, we're going to have Sabrina's going to be reviewing Lovers Rock by herself. Friday, and then the day after that, it'll be myself doing a review for Red, White, and Blue with John Boyega. Ooh. And yeah, and
hello,
hi.
Oh, hi Liliana. Hi Seidel. Cool. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. So for everyone out there, can you please introduce yourself and what you'll be helping with the film with?
Hello, I'm Liliana. I'm going to be helping with costume design, prop design, and some of the set designs.
Yes. So jack of all trades over here. Liliana and I have had some conversations pre-script about some of the concepts for creating the background characters and the sword and the axe and some of the other stuff. So Liliana, anything you want to share?
Okay, so for a lot of the props that we're going to be doing are all going to be made out of cardboard, as the title says. And for that, I'm going to be making a bunch of three-dimensional objects, including some swords. And this is just some designs that I have for like drafts for some of the characters, this being Rex. And some ruffled fancy clothes, and Charlie and his loose tie and his collared shirt, maybe with some sneakers. And I have a bunch of sketches for some of the things like the bears and the elephants and the birds, and creating some cardboard characters that are movable and not just stand still, using little rods that are actually also made out of cardboard, and using those connecting in little joints, like right here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's nice.
And we'd like to create some axes as well, and a complete armor costume for Rex for some of the other scenes that are going to be popping up later in the film that we didn't go over today in the script read. And then we're also going to be making a big cardboard castle, and we're going to be using a bunch of blankets and wrapping paper rolls and building it up so it's nice and tall. And these are just color coded so I can know which areas are going to be made out of which materials. And then we're also going to have a nice large cardboard rocket that we're going to be making. And this is all going to be life-size materials, and I'm going to try to make them as realistic but also childlike at the same time, using hot glue and some cardboard and just layering it up so it's nice and actually holdable and usable, like the sword being able to swing and not break or bend around a lot.
Yeah, that's some pretty intense cardboard science that I personally am not familiar with. Like, I don't even know how you can make cardboard, like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I get like boxes, I'm like, yo, why is this box like 10 times firmer than like this box, you know? Like, yeah. So I don't know anything about that, but it looks like we have our cardboard in the right hand. So
yeah. Well, part of how I met Liliana and bringing Liliana to the project was it was at a party, but Liliana was showing me do you want to talk about it? The set you made for school?
Yeah, so I entered a scholarship competition for cinema makeup school, and what I did was I built an entire set completely just made out of cardboard, hot glue, and like spray insulation foam. And I built a kind of like evil Disney kind of set. And it's based off of Bendy and the Ink Machine. And I made a full statue of a character only out of cardboard. Then I did all of the wall, which was wooden walls and wooden floors. And I made every individual board with the cardboard, and then we made a giant sign. I made pillars in the room. And then we also made axes and ink pots to go for the characters as little props inside the room. And I was showing that to him at the party, and just coincidentally, he also needed to have sets that were just completely made out of cardboard. And I only did it out of that material because I had so much to do in so little time, and I just needed to paint it to look realistic on top of the very cheap material cardboard is. But it was very coincidental that you had another movie that needed the exact same kind of material usage, and I'm really excited to start building. Honestly, it would be a nice refresher from when I was doing it on that other set.
Well, we're really excited that I'm really excited that you said yes, and that you're helping us out, and we're gonna cook up some really cool ideas. I'm really excited to talk to you next time we have a meeting, and yeah, thank you so much for taking the time and stopping by.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
No, thank you, and you know, for me, like the whole the art of this film and the art of just filmmaking in general is just like experimenting, just doing different stuff, just getting wild and crazy and funky with it. And I just love that this project is encouraging that, you know what I mean? Just having so much creativity, and especially in like recycling cardboard, which, by the way, I don't really talk about a lot, but I'm really passionate about like recycling. I'm really passionate about like the earth, all that kind of stuff. So the fact that we're doing this like out of sustainable materials that, you know, already there is just super cool too. So
nothing has to get thrown out. It all can be put back to use somehow.
Yes, that's important to me as well.
100%. So if people have any questions Please be sure to get those in. Again, firstcut.live. Any donation over $10 will be read out loud by the text-to-speech robot thing that, live streamers do sometimes. I don't know. I don't watch live streams. But, we just received another donation on our Seed and Spark, their $20 donation. So right now we are at $26.95. So we are a mere 300 away from tonight's goal, and we are not leaving this channel till we get there. So be sure to check that out. So
yes, thank you, Liliana.
Thank you, Liliana. Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
All right.
And then we should have Angie Shellhammer. Shellhammer. I need to ask.
Okay.
About the pronunciation.
Yeah, but this is a fun night so far, Johnny. I don't know how you feeling, but
I'm feeling great. No, I'm pretty euphoric right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Pretty euphoric. Are you feeling good about everything so far? In terms of our goals? I know we set out to get a little ambitious here, get a little freaky here, and I hope we can make that. I hope that we can prevail. Oh, we have some. I think Speedle might be coming back. She's in the waiting room.
Is Angie still there?
No, Angie is not in the waiting room.
Okay, it could be. I would let her in, and then it might be her. Let me see. She might have texted me. Oh yeah, she's using Liliana's phone, so we're gonna.
Okay. Oh hey. Oops.
Yes, they're roommates, so that's why. Yeah.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay. Hi. Sorry about that. Oh my
Hi,
gosh.
Edgy.
We're having some technical difficulties of our own, so I apologize for that.
No worries.
Oh no,
no worries.
You're good.
Yeah,
Cool.
sorry about that. We, Liliana and I actually live together to let you get to fill you guys in on that. So that's kind of.
So we could have just had you guys swap. Okay.
Next time.
time.
I didn't know how to verbalize that in the text chat, so I apologize.
It's okay. It's perfectly fine. How are you doing?
Oh my gosh, I'm great. How are you? It's so good to see you.
It's great to see you too.
I'm so excited to be here. It's been just really exciting for both Liliana and I to finally kind of switch genre. I think most people know Liliana and I primarily work on horror. So this is a huge switch up for us, and we're honestly so excited to escape our comfort zone and kind of go into this really ethereal fantasy world of just I feel like it's going to be very cathartic, but equally as inspiring. So I can't even express my excitement.
I can't express mine either for you being on the project. Thank you. So Angie, can you tell everyone who you are and what you're doing for the film?
Hi, my name is Angie Shellhammer. My specialties come in makeup artistry and hair. For this particular film, I will be doing the character of Rex with my partner Daisy Dunbar, who unfortunately could not be with us this evening.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But yeah, so I will be working on Rex's character and doing the very mild special effects that come along with it. I will be crafting the along with Daisy, I will be crafting the arm and ear pieces, and we will be doing the makeup as well.
Yes. I am so excited to work with Angie, specifically seeing Angie and Daisy's makeup. Daisy did the makeup for my previous film, Here Lies Lauren. But I don't know. I was just really impressed, not only by Angie and Daisy as makeup artists and their drive and entrepreneurship, but also just both of your guys' skills in the makeup, but also just the people that you are. I'm just really excited to work with you guys. So do you want to talk about Rex's, how you're going to put Rex together, some of the stuff you might use, anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have such a treat for you guys. I have my super first draft with me, but I also have digital notes as well. So for Rex's particular character, I'm having some technical difficulties, not only on here, but with my iPad as well. So if it dies, I apologize. Please bear with me. It's got a lot of stuff on it. I'm just going to go ahead and go through the digital because I feel like it's a little bit better of a visual for you guys. So Rex's makeup is going to be, as I said before, mild special effects. And with that being, I think I filled you in very lightly when I was kind of still brewing like my spitballer ideas. So what we're going to do is a very like light, kind of soft look for him. I want him to look very friendly and inviting. And I was just thinking he would look a little bit lighter to have like a rabbit feel like in his skin tone. He's going to have like very natural, like soft looks with almost a theatrical look. It's kind of reminiscent of like theatrical makeup that you would see in like Alice in Wonderland, like the Tim Burton version, but tone it down times a million, like less color, but the contours and the highlights are exactly where I want them. And I have a couple reference photos. I hope I'm not embarrassing you, Johnny, but
No, please.
So like eyeliner that kind of has like an internal wing here. So it kind of looks animalistic, but still fun and theatrical. And I want to do like a white line underneath to kind of make his eyes pop. And I have like my little sketchy sketch right here. It's kind of easier to see the photo of it than the actual sketch itself. I was thinking, just make it really fun. I was going to do faux freckles as well, just to kind of give like a whisker feel instead of like, trying to glue whiskers on the face. And then, of course, for one of my main reference photos is Johnny's sketch of Rex.
No, not my sketch. Nico Larson. Sorry.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Forgive me.
Credits due. Nico Larson.
So I actually heavily rely on that sketch for reference. I really, really like it. I think that every time I look at it, I kind of see a more clear image of like what direction I want to take the makeup in my head. And then, upon that, collaborating with Daisy, after the fact. But yeah, I'm just like got all my ducks in a row pretty much. We will be crafting ears. I'm thinking like more of a clip-on situation. We're going to camouflage them beautifully into the hair using crepe wool. And they're kind of going to flop around in a very like soft, forgiving manner to look more organic. I'm absolutely over the moon. I think we're doing pretty good with the actual, the note taking and the rough draft aspect of it. It's going very smoothly.
Cool. All right. Yeah. No, I'm super excited. I love the eye touch is incredible. I think it makes it pop. It keeps it playful. It keeps it animalistic, but also very just beautiful and ethereal. And that's a great touch.
Yeah.
I do want to say too, jumping in real quick as someone who's just a producer on this. I love the attention to detail. Like I love like how well thought out and how intricate things are. Like I feel like that's only going to produce like a much better product. And I think we're going to have like such a beautiful, rich, dense, like for everything, like from costumes to the makeup to just the storytelling. I think that's just going to be really, really great. And I think people are going to celebrate that,
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you for taking the time and stopping by and showing us the sketches. And you, me, and Liliana, we will talk soon with our production designer and everyone.
Yes, that sounds amazing. Thank you so much, Johnny.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right. Well, that's all my guests.
All right. So yeah, that's it for a special guest for tonight. We still are not completely there yet. Still want to get to another $205 before we end the stream tonight. So people, again, if you want to contribute, firstcut.live is the place to do it. And also, oh my gosh. There we go. First Cut Live is the place to do it. And if you don't want to support via First Cut Live, at the very least, support at First Cut Live or through the Seed and Sparks, the Seed and Sparks campaign that we have here in the link in the description and pinned at the top of the chat. If you don't want to support that way, though, at the very, very, very least you could do is like this video, share the campaign, tweet it, Tweeting is free. People think, it's hard, for me to tweet. People tweet. It's easy. It's free. I do it all the time. I probably let off 100 tweets in one morning if I'm feeling aggravated enough, That's just how, so go out there and tweet it out, share it to people. The more eyes it gets in front of you, and people don't believe me when I say like the whole thing about the algorithm, but it's true. Like algorithms are everywhere. Like, the more people that view the Seed and Spark are going to be, the more people that view the Seed and Spark, the higher is going to rank up on the Seed and Spark website, like who click on the page. And that doesn't even have to be who donate. It's just literally the more people who click on the link, it'll show up higher in the page. Same thing with YouTube. If you like this video, it'll show up in more people's subscription boxes, recommendation boxes, and everything like that too. And if you interact with tweets, same thing. And that's why, again, if you retweet my pinned tweet, go to my Twitter account @DirectorRB3, and you retweet that tweet, you will get an opportunity to win a Blu-ray of The Breakfast Club, the 1980s John Hughes classic. Be sure to retweet my tweet. But yeah, that's all it takes. If you can't donate, I understand times are tough. It's the holidays. All you gotta do is like the video and share the Indigo. I'm sorry, share the Seed share the Seed and Spark campaign. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. Mm-hmm. So we are actually, thank you to a very generous donation from Andres. We are really
and another donation from Stark, from Rihanna Stark from Geeks of Color. We're at 2,805 on the Seed and Spark plus PC's 10, so 2,815.
Yeah.
Woo!
We are doing excellent. We came in today with, what was it, about 2,600?
Like 230 something?
230. Yeah, so
2,300 something.
Yeah, it was 2,300. Yeah, that's right. So we're doing excellent so far today, y'all. This is a really great day for the campaign. We really appreciate all your love and support. Again, this is a film that is inclusive, that is groundbreaking, visionary, and in any and possible ways you can support, be sure to support. And people, if you're watching me and you're a fan of, the SCN and the Schmodown community, I came to Collider Live about a year and a half ago, trying, to promote my Indiegogo for Timestamp. And, that promotion that I got from there really put us over. And I think if we have that same kind of push this time around, if we have the same kind of energy from the fans and from the people to get it made, to get this film made, Cardboard Castles made, we will get this money made, and this short film will have a future and a real potential to do a lot of really special things. So be sure to donate. If you can't donate, again, just at least share it. At least retweet Johnny's tweet. Or if you have a TikTok.
Yes.
Follow Cardboard Castles on TikTok.
Cardboard Castles Film is the and we got some cool videos. That's where we're going to get to show off when we're building the props and when we're doing everything. That's where that's all going to go down. So make sure you tune into that. Absolutely,
100%. So how do we want to fill the airtime here, Johnny, for the next however long it's going to take us to make the last 185 here? We could talk about, I don't know. Or we could let the chat kind of dictate. The chat, let us know in the chat. Yeah. What are y'all trying to talk about today? There's obviously been a lot happening in the world. But there's certain things we should touch on, certain things, whatever. Mm-hmm. So just feel free to let us know in the chat and we'll talk about them. But Well,
man, what is there to talk about? How are you doing, RB3?
How am I doing? Well, I've been doing okay, Johnny. It's been tough. Today, actually, I put my car into the shop because if people don't know me, I've been driving around with a busted car for like a year. Not busted, but somebody rear-ended me and somebody else also hit me on the side. So I had two big accidents on my car and just looked like a mess. Like if you looked at my car, like it was a 2018 and it just looked like absolute garbage. So I really wish Sabrina was here to attest because she saw how crappy my car was. So in October, you know, I got a little bread up, I got a little money up, and I was like, all right, now it's time. I gotta get my car fixed. Just do it. So I put it in the shop literally at the end of October, Johnny. End of October. You know, dude said he was gonna be done. And salute to dude. He's actually a cool dude. I don't want to put out his name because he looked too close to me, but really cool guy who did my car. But it just took forever, and there was delays because of holidays and all that kind of stuff. So I'm finally getting my car back today, but in doing that, I had to return the rental vehicle, and it had been literally, I rented this vehicle October 26th. Now is December 16th. So outside of what the insurance is going to cover, because the insurance only covers what, like $600, I had to pay another $640 out of pocket today to return the rental car.
Jeez.
So that hurt my wallet a little bit. That really set me back a pretty penny. But you know, we out here and we staying positive. And you know, I got my car back. So that's the good news. That's the good side of it. But I also paid a pretty penny to get it fixed. So that also, you know, it takes it, you give a little bit, you get a little back too. So that part sucks about it. But at the end of the day, I'm still healthy. I'm still here. So,
and we love you for that.
Thank you. What about you, Johnny? How's your day? How's you been doing?
I'm good, man. I'm tired. No, I've just been grinding out on just finished my last quarter last week. So I'm on winter break.
Yeah.
Oh man, online school is incredibly stupid. I hate it. Online film school, cannot, would not recommend. But no, I'm doing good. I'm just very, very tired, and I was actually downtown earlier today, over by the Rose Garden in Exposition Park. So I was over by your territory.
Oh, really?
School-wise, I was over by USC. Yeah.
How's that? I know it's probably a ghost town over there since.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I still long to tour the USC campus. Because I never put in my applications for any other schools, barring the school that I'm in now, which is something I regret sometimes, and other times, we'll see. But I do eventually want to get to that USC campus.
Hey, and I think there's plenty of opportunity. I mean, listen, they have a great master's program if that's something you would be interested in looking into. I mean, so, I mean, I think, for me, we actually did a great episode of the Media podcast where we had a friend of mine's, Ellis Sutton, who I went to school with at USC. And we talked about the differences between I guess USC and maybe other non-film school, or I guess maybe other schools that are not film schools, I don't know if you know this, or I know you know this. I'm sure you know this, but a lot of people don't know this. A lot of colleges don't even have a film program. A lot of colleges have a film program through their journalism program or through their media program. Most schools, a vast majority of schools don't have a film degree program. So the pickings are already kind of slim when you're kind of looking at places to go after high school, and especially somewhere like USC, which is just mad expensive and frankly kind of challenging to get into if you're not a certain type of person. Then it's it's just tough. It's tough to feel like you're able to make that break. But yeah, I don't know. I dug my time at USC, but it's funny. Now everybody's doing the digital COVID school, so everybody's kind of having the same experience. I don't even know if a school even really matters.
I was checking the chat right now. I was checking the chat right now, and we have a Chem/Sus bio student down there. So I apologize. I do believe that Chem/Bio online is probably not as cool as it could be.
Yeah. I can't even. That was my thing. In college, the science classes.
Just the hands-on stuff, Yeah. Because with the hands-on stuff, I mean, with things like majors like filmmaking and chem and bio, where it's the hands-on stuff that really just makes everything make sense for me personally. I don't want to speak for everyone, but that my personal experience is that's how I learn best. Or that's how I am able to take that information that the teacher's teaching and fully put it together. So doing it online is just really, oh man. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even. It's funny because salute to my boy Cade. He's actually been producing Cade who actually donated to the Seed and Spark. I saw too.
Oh,
I think right before we went live.
Oh, there
so
he
shout out
is.
to Cade.
Thank you.
Shout out to Cade for donating as well. But he's in his senior year, and his whole thing has been producing a documentary. Like, he's been producing a documentary, like, completely remotely this semester, pretty much. I think they had to go in for maybe a little bit, and obviously, like, for actual shooting and stuff like that. But even then, there's, like, mad precautions and all that. So it's just weird, like, adapting to this new normal and all that stuff, you know?
Absolutely. It's an oddball.
It's an odd
Not
ask.
ideal.
Yeah, it's an odd ask for sure. It's an odd ask.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, let me see. We could go to the chat a little bit. Let's see what's popping in the chat. We have Monfig and McCarthy. Oh yeah, that's right. Ayo, PC was good. Yeah, PC's from the USC area, right around there.
Oh,
so,
cool.
That's where actually I met PC for the first time. Like, was near USC. Let's see. Ariana said in the chat, graduated last semester. I emailed my professor an essay and put final as the subject because I didn't want to do the final. It didn't work.
No.
It didn't work. Ah, dang. Oh man.
Not the sound effect, RV3.
No, it's funny because I've had so many like bad, not bad, but I've cut it real close to the line for a lot of my film school finals. Let me just say that, which is funny because one of my favorite classes I had in film school was actually a Tarantino class. We had a class like on Tarantino movies, and we talked about, you know, each of the films, and then we talked about the movies that inspired the Tarantino movies and all this stuff. One of my favorite classes, super dope. But it was funny because that whole class, like, there was no homework, there was no essays, it was nothing. All your grades was based on the midterm and the final. Like, those are the two things that your grade was most based on. So, I'm a slow writer. Like, that's like, I actually literally, when I was a kid, I taught myself how to write because I just was so stupid. I didn't know how to write, like, in, you know, the way they were telling people how to do it. Mm-hmm. So I just taught myself how to do it. But I guess the way I'm doing it is not right because literally I can't write more than like 20 words without my hands starting to hurt. Right. So then, so literally, like, as you just have to speed write these essays, like during the final time, I'm like, bro, I'm running out of time. Like, and I would, and my brain, when it feels pressure, I just don't have a filter. You know what I mean? So yeah. It also makes it difficult because I could just be like, I'll use the example of my final. You know, they ask a question of like, what inspirations were, you know, used for like Django Unchained or something like that. That's not exactly the question, but somewhere in the ballpark.
Right.
And I would find myself on like paragraph 5, like barely touching on the beginning of like, spaghetti Western movement, like, or Italian cinema. I'm like, yo, what the freak? Like, and I'm still running out of time on like the next other 4 essays that I got to write before the end of this final. So it was tough. That was tough. And yeah, that's the one thing about film school, especially for me, cinema media studies. It's all about the writing and the reading and the studying. It was a little weird.
Yeah, absolutely. That's I'm kind of in a very similar boat regarding just all that. I find myself getting distracted, especially talking about movies, because I love film analysis, and oftentimes I will analyze everything that doesn't have to do with my thesis. and just hope that by the end it relates to my thesis. It's a process, but it's a process that everyone in film school goes through.
Yeah, and I know Tony in the chat. Salute to Tony Helm. He's actually one of the early supporters of Cardboard Castles as well.
Yes,
so
Tony's freaking awesome. I can't wait to meet Tony.
Tony's amazing. Thank you, Tony. My favorite class was cult movies. Watched weird stuff like El Topo, which is amazing. And Pink Flamingos, which is also
Pink Flamingos.
Yeah, also a good one.
Yeah.
El Topo people don't talk about. That's the one from oh man. Tony, don't tell me in the chat because I know who did it. Jodorowsky, Alejandro Jodorowsky, who did that film, and absolutely amazing, trippy film, absolutely dope. But I don't know if you had any other favorite classes. Are you approaching the end of your film school tenure, Johnny? Or
So I have this 2 more quarters, and then I have a full year after, or 3 more quarters than a full year. So I'm almost there.
Okay, almost there.
Yeah. But I'm going into the winter quarter, taking like Hollywood law or business, or sorry, not entertainment law, Hollywood business and practices, and oh man, what else world building for story and for TV and film. So I get to take a couple writing classes, interpretive process for directing. I get to take some of the more fun classes, and then my whole last year of the school, the majority of my time is going to be dedicated to my thesis. So,
okay,
so that's where that's going to be.
That's awesome. That's super awesome.
Yes. And then for Elisha in the chat. I graduated early from high school recently, got into a university, which congratulations, that's amazing. It does suck that you have to start your first day online, but this whole thing is a growing experience, and you're going to look back on it and be like, man, that was the starting point of something so much bigger, and I hope, regardless of it being online, despite the pandemic situation, just that you're gonna kick butt is all I know. Like I already know, graduate from high school, you're just gonna kick all the butt. So it's not even a thing. No factor. I feel like, I've always felt like the first cut viewership, and I'm probably saying this to poop on other channels, but I always felt like our viewership and our listenership has always been a little more elevated, a little smarter. I'm not surprised that somebody who's watching a first cut live stream is graduating high school a little early, if I'm being a little honest. And that's dope. I just think that's whew. That's funny because when I was little, when I was little, I was in like a private school, and they were like thinking about like pushing me up a grade, but I was like, I don't know. I felt like it was 5th grade too. Like, bro, like how, I don't know. I feel like skipping grades is scary though. Don't you think? Like, oh, I would be terrified. I think I'd be excited, but I will say I was told that I was supposed to skip 2nd grade. Academically, I was supposed to skip 2nd grade, but my 1st grade teacher said that I was too immature, and recommended that I that even if I could skip it academically, she didn't think I was ready to do that. And that was just childhood ADHD, and I do remember getting in trouble in that class. I still have the mark to prove it. My one of my classmates had like a pencil facing up, and my stupid 1-year-old self decided to just bounce my hand on top, and so you can't see it on camera, but there is a lead piece inside my hand. You can't see it, it's super in there, but there's a piece of pencil lead on there because my stupid dumb 1st grade self decided that was going to be really fun. That was also the year I got sent to the principal's office for the first time, but also the most times, a few times. So I think that's why I didn't end up skipping was because of just that immaturity.
Hey, you know what? Somebody says immaturity. I say is the beginnings of something brilliant. And honestly, I think the most brilliant people are people who were a little mischievous back in the day. Because I mean, honestly, if you're not, conforming, like you're smarter than everybody else, especially kindergarten, first grade, like you're trying to behave with the rest of these peasants, these peons. Who you're taking nap times with? Come on now, that's whack.
No, I get that. I was actually I'm actually a big believer in just everything happens for a reason, and I have to say the people in my life right now, the opportunities I've had, I don't think that if I did skip second grade, I don't think I would be where I am right now or as content as I am right now. So hey. Shout out to first grade teacher for holding me back. Because by holding me back, you only pushed me forward.
Hey!
There we go. I was waiting for it too.
Yeah, and trust. This is I haven't. I've been. It's been so long since I've been like engineering shows regularly. I'm not as fast on the soundboard as I used to be. It's still my all-time favorite.
Britney, bitch.
That's still my all-time favorite sound drop.
That's great.
But yeah,
Happy birthday, Alicia. Happy belated birthday.
We have a birthday in the chat. We have a birthday in the. Oh, hold up.
Turned 18 yesterday.
All right, now is my chance to play my second favorite sound bite on here.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Oh, let me shout him out in the chat. Make sure I'm getting it right.
Alicia, I'm so sorry for butchering the pronunciation.
Happy birthday, Mrs. President. Happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, Miss President.
Yeah. Woo! Yeah, no, thank y'all. And again, thank y'all for the amazing support we've seen so far. Like I said, we've hit 2,800. We started out with in the 23 range.
23.
Now we're in the 28s. If we could keep it pushing, if we could just make that last push, again, and let me refresh the graphic because people are like, people won't notice where the goals are at if the graphic's not updated. So give me 1 second on that. By the way, you could contribute to the film. And I'm saying this 180 times. I'm going to say 180 more times. Firstcut.live or through the Seed and Sparks and the link in the description down below. But I'm sure we'll be talking about it more on First Cut Live tomorrow. If you'll be sure, I see Sabrina's in the chat. Thank you, Sabrina. Always repping the good fight. We'll be talking about more of this stuff tomorrow on the show. And then so much, we have so much going on First Cut. Like I said, Small Axes reviews coming soon. We're actually probably going to do our next episode of The Meaning Of, probably all about those films, the Small Axe films from Steve McQueen.
Ooh, nice.
And yeah, we have so much more going on. So it's going to be really, really fun and really, really awesome and just dope. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Cool. Yeah, I agree. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. And, and if people want to subtweet me, just tag me. That's all, that's my last thing on that. But with that, what are we doing? We haven't received any donations. Again, firstcut.live. The stuff is off. If you want to get to talking, if y'all want to have some fun convos.
We did get another donation from Alex Marsonia.
Woo, Alex!
The ever so fantastic musician.
Yes. And what an amazing music video out right now for Test Drive.
Yes.
Test Drive. If you haven't seen that video, it's absolutely phenomenal. Shot by our friends Christian Ruvacabra and Remsen did that. And absolutely
I miss
amazing.
them so much.
I miss them too.
And as someone who has also done the text tracking and text rigging, I don't envy the editor of that music video. But it was really well done. So good, and it's a great song. Spotify and everything. Alex's album, Liftoff.
Yeah,
it's really good. Banger after banger after banger. It's on Spotify and Apple Music. I think anywhere you can listen to music.
It is a straight banger. Hold up, man. Let me Why don't we show Alex a little love for his donation real quick?
Yeah.
Let me see.
We can just take this on a test drive, keep it going all night, and we can have a good time. Hey! To be honest, I'm entranced from your entrance. The light might have enhanced your enchantment. I don't got plans for advancing. Change that, but the only change is in the pocket that I got my hands in. Pull forward, but I'ma do it no.
Marzoni on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you find music.
But I can do this all day. Got a lot that I want to say. Ooh, think you got it out. Gotta shoot this shot, I'm calling. Gotta chase like an alcoholic. Homie, gravity knows how quick I'm falling. Can't breathe, but I gotta take a breather. But really, when is the next time I'll see ya? Pull the courage out the ether, but my knees are getting weaker from this little diva. So I say, hey, did you come here on your own? Don't spend too long. If you need a little company,
Marzonia, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, if I'm not mistaken. Add them to your playlist.
We can take this on a test drive, keep it going all night, and we can have a good time. We can sing until the fire dies. Wouldn't mind if you're on my mind for the rest of my life. Yeah.
Woo!
Alex, Liftoff is incredible. So if anyone can listen to it, please do.
Everybody can listen to Liftoff on Apple Music and Spotify, preferably Spotify, and add it to your playlist on Spotify. Add it to oh man, I'm actually not even sure if his music is on Apple Music. So let me stop saying that.
Oops.
Yeah, I'm really not sure.
Sorry.
But no, that's on me. That was on me. I said it a bunch. But Spotify. Add them to your
Spotify,
playlist.
absolutely 1,000%. It's on Spotify.
And hit them with the followers too. You know what I mean? Because if you hit somebody with the followers, it helps. And if you put the song in the playlist, it helps too. While we shouting out songs from people who've contributed, I do want to shout out another buddy of mine's. Another friend of mine who just put out an amazing music video yesterday. Here we go. Showing a little love to my boy, Cade Hughesby. Something Real music video out now on YouTube. Rihanna Cruz directed it. Beautiful video.
You like the games we play, they're so unique, they're so down deep, and blushing around you cause you're the first real girl I've seen in weeks. So I'm learning love languages, Fresh Prince in your entanglement. Woo! So over all of this me time, I guess I gotta make it by. Read between your lines. Come on, I'm trying to catch your vibe, and all I ask is before the night ends, baby, yeah, tell me something real, something real, something real. There's something about you, hooked on your appeal.
Tell me something real.
All types of ways and every day. 6'2" boy, never leave you, boy.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's from Cade Hughesby. Cade Hughesby, new drop alert. Something Real. Find it on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you find music. Find the music video on YouTube. Great music video. Rihanna Cruz, good friend, who's also on our First Cut live stream when we talked about also on First Cut Live when we did our a Weakest Link. Rihanna was there, and you could see their work on Kay's music video. On YouTube, youtube.com/Kate Hughesby. Now, what else do we have? I don't know.
I believe we're at 2840 right now.
We're at 2840. We are at 2840.
Cool.
Let's see. Where do we want to wrap a little early? Or do we want to stay dedicated to the 3K?
I as dedicated as I want to be, I think I'm gonna push for the 3K by the end of the week.
Okay.
But it is getting to the hour. and I haven't eaten since like the morning. So I think I should put something in my body.
You gotta do that. You gotta do that. Indeed. So with that, do we have anything else that we want to mention or show love to before the end of the show? Or
oh, sure, yeah, definitely. First off, just personally, thank you all so much for watching. Those of you who came in late, go watch the read through. It's a good time earlier in this live stream, and just any way you can support. It doesn't. We love donations, but if you can share the project, retweet the pinned tweets, follow the TikTok, follow everything as much as you can. That is amazing, and that helps us out tremendously. It'll help us reach our 3K goal by the end of this week. Yes. Which if you follow me on social media, you will see the push for that. But also, I have a lot of great friends who do a lot of great things. I'm always shouting them out on my stuff. So please, if you end up following me at It's Johnny Rome on Twitter or Instagram, check out some of those stuff, because there's some amazing young artists who are on the come up. RB3 in front of me, Remy Fonseca, a lot of them working on this film, some of which aren't working on this film. We have filmmakers, poets, social activists, so many people who are championing a push for diversity in the arts, a push for normalizing humanity and human behavior, and exploring the depths of human philosophy. So please go check those out on my social media if you follow me. And to answer the question of just an imaginary friend in the chat, where can we find the read through? So once this is over, you can rewind it about 30 minutes in. We start doing the read through about 30-40 minutes into the live stream. So you'll see us do a read through. And for any of you who want to relive that, but thank you guys so much. That I'm just eternally grateful right now.
Thank y'all so much, people. We did really amazing today. We've done a really great thing. I don't know, Johnny. I feel like we got to do another one of these live stream fundraisers.
Quite possibly,
because I feel like we had a lot of fun, and I feel like the people outside are people watching have some fun too. So with that being said,
come along, children. Now we're going to have a little music.
That was it for today's episode.
Yes.
This is not First Cut Live. We're going to have a normally scheduled First Cut Live tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
But, this is just an episode and a fundraiser that we did for this film. And we will continue to raise money and to get cardboard castles made. Again, support at Seed and Spark. And like Johnny said, all it takes is a retweet. All it takes is a share. You don't even have to donate. It's just a couple of clicks. Really support. And if you want to be a part of this history, be a part of making something brilliant and fun and explorative, don't wait and do it soon. So with that being said, I'm RB3. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Director RB3.
Yep, and I'm Johnny Rome. You can follow me at It's Johnny Rome on Twitter and Instagram. And if you want to follow the film on TikTok, it's at Cardboard Castles Film.
At Cardboard Castles Film. Make sure to follow Marzonia. I'm sorry, just follow Marzonia on Spotify. Subscribe to Kay's Music YouTube channel, and make sure to watch the video for Something's Real. And just support us all. Support the creators. Be good people. Wear your mask. Be COVID friendly. Also, don't yell at people on set. That being said, this was the First Cut crew.
Night, guys.
We are peacing out.
You getting at me equals a bloodbath. You do the math, take you out the equation. This ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh. With the 4/5 divide you in half. You getting at me equals a bloodbath. Only one can remain. It's either me or you. Only one can remain. It's either me or you. Only one can remain. It's either me or you. Take you out the equation. It's either me or you.